Good evening and welcome to Greenwich on the banks, the south bank of the River Thames here in London. We've just had our evening meal and now I'm out just doing a bit of street photography. I just got the dying embers of the sun and now going to do a bit of twilight photography here on the banks of the Thames. My intention is to also head out with my Sony RX100 tomorrow and do a sunrise shoot as well. So I hope you'll join me. So there you are, looking east. It's a constant procession of planes either taking off from London City Airport or heading west towards Heathrow. That one seems to be ascending. There you are, there's some of the financial buildings in Canary Wharf. And then along the Thames there, looking to the west, and you've got the financial district in the City of London itself. And in the very distant there, you've got the Post Office Tower. Is it called the BT Tower now, I think? The light well and truly fading now. It's been a lovely evening here by the banks of the River Thames. Look at that. There's a carousel in front of the Cutty Sark, which is just beginning to light up. The tunnel that goes underneath the Thames here, the Greenwich Tunnel. It's a walking tunnel under the Thames. I've been through that before a few times. And there's the Cutty Sark, the famous clipper. Very fast ship in its day.
Latitude at the center of time, but even here the seconds tick away, and day becomes night and night becomes day. So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights and I long to see more, to help me view this world as a whole, on this my journey towards the sea of souls. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now, I'm at midday. The river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Gotta put my clock forward and enjoy summertime. Winter will come, but just now I'm fine.
It's meant to be a clear day tomorrow, so I've just been checking out using the phone's compass where I think the sun is going to rise in relation to the Thames. So I might come down to this area tomorrow morning, just check out what time the sunrise time is, and bring my Sony RX100, and we'll see what kind of images present themselves tomorrow morning. So I will see you then. As I wander back through Greenwich town, I might snap a few pictures on the way back to the Premier Inn where we're staying. So I will catch you tomorrow morning.
I look to the east, I look to the west. west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now, I'm at midday. The river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Standing on the Meridian line, 0 longitude at the center of time. And night becomes day. So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights and I long to see more, to help me view this world as a whole.
Good morning. 12 minutes before sunrise here. I'm walking from our hotel towards the Cutty Sark area of Greenwich, down by the river. It's a magnificent morning, plenty of colour in the sky. A little bit has faded on my walk from the hotel down this way, but towards the river. But nevertheless, still a lot of colour in the sky. I'm hoping to get one of the Cutty Sark with a nice pink background. Oh, look at that, the skyscrapers on the north of the Thames also with a nice background colour. All right, so I'll just try and cross this road. And look, there's a plane up in the sky there, I don't know if you can see it. British Airways, when that's heading into Heathrow, that looks to be descending. And there's ones pushing off at the same time, quite a steep rate of climb from London City Airport, which is not a million miles away from here. So it's a hive of activity plane-wise. Right, here we are. We're approaching the river. We're approaching this famous old fast ship to Australia and India and places like that. Express speeds back in the days of sail. There you are. There's the Cutty Sark. Normally at this time, 6:20 on a Monday morning, the city, London, would be really coming to life. This would be busy. Commuters, street cleaners, you know, all sorts going on. But today is Easter Monday. It's a bank holiday here in the UK. So it's actually quite quiet. Most of the shops are shut at the moment. Even the cafes. I noticed Greg's was open earlier. Can I hang on for the hotel breakfast for a coffee, or will I have to give in and have a Greg's? Probably the latter, a Greg's coffee anyway. Keep me going. We're going to go to breakfast at 9, I think. I think that's the arrangement. So I've still got a good, well, over 2.5 hours to wait. No way I can make it that long without caffeine. All right, so I'm going to take some pictures here. Maybe one of the Canary Wharf area there with the lovely colour in the background. And then as the sun rises, which I think will be pretty much in that direction, it's going to be pretty much due east. Still not that far from the equinox.
Sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now, I'm at midday. The river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Gotta put my clock forward and enjoy summertime. Winter will come, but just now I'm fine. I know 12 o'clock I can navigate away. I know my location, make the most of every day.
So there's a Qantas A380 heading towards Heathrow. It's had a long journey. Stopped in Singapore on the way. And now I'm sure the passengers will be quite eager to get off. Particularly as it's such a lovely day here in London. Well, now is pretty much sunrise time, but there's some cloud on the horizon which is muting things slightly. That's the bad news. The good news is I think that gives me an excuse just to nip up to Greg's and grab a cup of coffee before I go continue my walk and do some golden hour photography here with my RX100 version 7. So coffee time it is. This is Davenport House, magnificent building here at the centre of time, of course Greenwich Mean Time, and really is quite an important place in terms of time and navigation and scientific discovery, that kind of thing. Anyway, there's the old Royal Naval College, now part of the University of Greenwich, Trinity Laban, what does that say? Conservatoire of Music and Dance. So there you go, the old Naval College. Right, I'm walking along this one and then I'm going to head through the park. Very distressingly, because it's a bank holiday, even though there's a woman in there kind of preparing the shop, Greg's is not open till 7. On a normal day it'd be open at 6, but I've been thwarted in my attempt to get a coffee, but hopefully later. Another fine collection of buildings, all part of the old Naval College, I think. All right, now across the road again, absolutely magnificent. There's the National Maritime Museum, and what a magnificent building that the Maritime Museum is in. We'll just have a look at this through the railings. Look, the remnants of the daffodils here, just fading away. There you are, look. Tremendous stuff. Lots of beautiful buildings. This really is a lovely area. There's the Greenwich Park leading up to the Royal Observatory, the Meridian line, and then here we've got the Queen's House, another nice building there, and what a magnificent set of buildings here. The Queen wanted a view of the river, so when designing this portion of the Naval College, I think it was Christopher Wren. I mean, you know, my history is a bit hazy on this one, but anyway, she had a view down to the river as so desired. So I'm looking pretty much due north here, across the Thames. The time about 20 to 7. So I'm going to head up to the Royal Observatory for some views, and hopefully the sun will get out and we'll have some nice light.
Standing on the Meridian line, 0 longitude at the center of time. Standing on the Meridian line, 0 latitude at the center of time. But even here the seconds tick away, and day becomes night and night becomes day. So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights and I long.
Okay, heading up towards the Royal Observatory from the Maritime Museum, and look, we've got signs of life here. This horse chestnut has got its leaves on pretty much all out. Other trees have got their buds. This one still looking very wintry, but hopefully will spring into life soon. So yes, love spring. Absolutely fantastic. Days getting longer every day. Signs of life. In Britain, after a long grey winter, I would say. Not particularly cold, but very grey and miserable really on average. But this is nice, and it's going to be a nice day today.
Right now, I'm at midday. The river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. We live in this place, if we live at this moment, find which way to face, learn what to shoulder, set our time at Greenwich, head for distant shores, find the sun as the years go by, be lost at sea no more. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now, I'm at midday.
So what a magnificent view I've got here over London. There's the O2 Arena, used to be called the Millennium Dome. Coming around here, look. That's what I was trying to photograph earlier. And then coming further west, you got the view down the river into the city of London itself. Very, very nice. There's the Queen's House in front of the old portion of the, I think it's the Royal Naval College. I think that was part of it as well. Now there's some buildings a bit further on. So the red time ball on top of Plumstead House is one of the world's first public time signals. It was installed in 1833, though the present one dates to 1919, to enable navigators on ships in the Thames to check their marine chronometers. The time ball drops daily at 1300 GMT in winter, BST in summer. It is raised halfway up the mast at 12:55 as a preparatory signal and to the top 2 minutes before it drops. Right, this plate here said the small plate marked G1692 is an Ordnance Survey benchmark. Similar marks appear on walls and buildings across the country. The height of each mark above sea level has been measured and recorded. Dating from the 1940s, this particular mark is a replacement for an older one that once existed here or nearby. It says height above sea level, 154.7 feet. And there's like some standard measurements. We've got foot, 2 feet, and then some other ones that have been worn off their labels. Or a British yard as well. There it is. The time ball will ascend at 12:55. Bushra, if you're watching, this is James Wolfe. 1727 to 1759, the victor at Quebec, famous battle against the French. And one of the reasons that a lot of Canada speaks English and not French. Oh, it's a beautiful view and position, this. So the Wolfe Monument was a gift of the Canadian people and was unveiled on the 5th visit of something of June 1930 by Le Marquis de Montcalm. So the River Thames really does meander. Look, that's looking out towards the City of London. But then, so the Thames, kind of, my finger goes around that. And then you can see further in the distance, look, if I zoom in a bit, Tower Bridge and St Paul's. Really got magnificent views from the top. I'm just waiting for the sunlight to be a bit more intense, shining down the river. And then if you're coming around a bit further, look, you can see the London Eye. Really fantastic views here from the top of Greenwich Hill. Given it's such a fantastic location, you would have thought someone would have had the wit to put a 24-hour coffee shop up here. I'm still waiting on my coffee. Past 7 now. Nowhere open round here on this Easter Monday. But I'm just having to hang on, desperate for a bit of caffeine. It's not just any old view up here, it's an iconic view. And the view is always evolving. Over the centuries, the landscape of Greenwich and the city beyond have changed remarkably. Every year there's something new to see. Greenwich Park is part of the Maritime Greenwich UNESCO World Heritage Site, with its unique history contributing to its outstanding universal value. There's an Emirates A380 heading to Heathrow. Really fantastic colour scheme. So, just walked up quite a steep hill here at Greenwich Park again. It's the following morning. Beautiful morning. This time the time is 8:20. I've been just using my iPhone to snap a few things along the way. Some of these trees are beautiful. So, what a lovely park.
The seconds tick away, and day becomes night, and night becomes day. So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights, and I long to see more, to help me view this world as a whole, on this my journey towards the sea of souls. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now I'm at midday, the river flows seawards and I'm heading that way. Gotta put my clock forward and enjoy summertime. Winter will
So apparently this, I don't know, nearly 2,000 years ago, was a Roman temple. This is where I am, I guess. I don't know what the scale is, but there you are. A lot of history. Temple, altar, caretaker's lodge and stall. And he says, explore this tactile model of the Roman temple that once stood in the park. So there you are. It's going back a while. Oh, and there, we've got a bit more information about it here. In front of you is a grass mound on which a Roman temple used to stand. There it is. The temple was built in 100 AD, and the temple was used until about 400 AD. It was an important and sacred place during the period of Roman rule in Britain. And there's like an artist impression of it. Oh, I didn't know this was here. All right, plenty of runners out this morning. What a beautiful morning. I've got, let's have a look, 25 minutes till I have to be back for breakfast, so I better start heading back. So here we are, 0 degrees longitude, so I can stand here looking down at the old Royal Naval College on the Meridian line that divides the earth into west this way and east this way. and 0 degrees this way.
So much out there to do and explore. I've seen some sights and I long to see more, to help me view this world as a whole, on this my journey towards the sea of souls. I look to the east, I look to the west, towards the sunrise and towards the sunset. Just right now I'm at midday. The river flows
To the hotel now. I'm going to resist the temptation to buy a coffee out, and I'm going to save that pleasure for breakfast. Thank you for joining me last night and this morning for this Greenwich photo shoot, and I will see you on the next one.